The primary subject for interplanetary travel these days is Mars, and that makes sense. But now that we think about it, why not Venus? Venus is very similar to Earth. It is about the same size, about the same density, and it's even in the habitable zone. So, without further ado, let's get started. Venus is very similar to Earth. Its size and density are about the same, and scientists have even speculated that it has a structure internally that's similar to Earth's, with a core and a mantle and a crust. However, scientists still think that ruling out a solid core is not the thing to do quite yet. Venus is also very similar to Earth because it has volcanoes. Yeah, that's right, volcanoes. A lot of these volcanoes, 167 of them in fact, are bigger than almost all the volcanoes here on Earth. These 167 volcanoes are qualified as large volcanoes, which basically means they're bigger than 100 kilometers across, or 60 miles. The only volcano that is considered a large volcano here on Earth is the island of Hawaii, the biggest one. As I stated earlier though, Venus is somewhat ignored in the interplanetary travel department. Why, you might ask? Well, the surface of Venus is 767 degrees Kelvin. That's 464 degrees Celsius, or 867 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really hot. This is even hotter than the surface of Mercury, which is closer to the Sun. Why is this? Well, Venus is hot because of a runaway greenhouse effect. What is a runaway greenhouse effect? It's basically when the heat and light from the Sun get bounced back from the atmosphere. So instead of escaping the atmosphere of the planet, they stay in it. Because of this, Venus is actually hotter than Mercury. Venus is also not so good for interplanetary travel because the pressure at the surface is 92 times that of the pressure at sea level on Earth. That's equivalent to going 900 meters underwater. That's 3,000 feet. While Venus is really uninhabitable, it is still really cool. Venus is actually the closest planet to Earth with regard to its orbit. It also rotates retrograde, clockwise. Basically, it rotates the opposite direction of all the other planets. This means that the Sun would rise near the west and set in the east, which is bizarre if you think about it. But also, the day on Venus is 243 Earth days long. That's even longer than its year, which is 225. The surface of Venus actually kind of gets repaved every 300 to 600 million years. Basically, the mantle gets hot enough that it weakens the crust, and then the crust will collapse and basically sink into the mantle. Then the mantle will harden, turn into the crust, and it starts anew again. At the surface, Venus is more than 90% carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe out. The rest is nitrogen. Space probes have found that a 2-to-1 ratio of hydrogen and oxygen are escaping the atmosphere of Venus. This is the same as liquid water, or H2O. Since most of the atmosphere is carbon dioxide, and that molecules equal to water are escaping the atmosphere, the question still remains, could Venus have harbored life? Maybe. While Venus isn't necessarily the focus of our exploration, it still deserves a place in the back of our mind. If you enjoyed this video and want more similar content, the best thing you can do is to hit the share button and share it with 1 or 2 friends. The best thing you can do is get the word out. Thanks for watching.